Gervonta Davis got one felony charge dropped in a domestic violence case involving the ex. Let's see here. Good news for Gervonta Davis. TMZ Sports has learned authorities have dismissed the false imprisonment charge against the star boxer, but Tank still is in hot water over the alleged violent incident involving a woman at the Miami strip club. Davis, 30-0 and 1 in the ring, was arrested January following a week-long manhunt after South Florida dancer accused 31-year-old Davis of getting physical with her at a Miami Gentlemen's Club October 2025. Gervonta was initially facing 3 charges: misdemeanor battery, felony, kidnapping, and false imprisonment. However, court documents show the false imprisonment charge was dropped on Thursday. The reason we're told prosecutors felt it was redundant, and that was the kidnapping charges remains. As we previously reported, the alleged victim, who said she had an intimate relationship with Davis, told police the boxer confronted her at the strip club where she worked and grabbed her by the back of her head, pulled her by her hair with one hand and by her throat with the other. She told cops that Tank forcefully escorted her down a stairway into a garage area while gripping the back of her head, but eventually released her. She reported the incident to police a few days later and subsequently sued Davis. Davis, of course, is one of the most dominant fighters in the world, but the case has already impacted his career despite not being convicted. Tank's super fight against Jake Paul was canceled over the allegations, leading the problem child to fight Anthony Joshua. So, Tank Davis got beside himself, right? And when you got a situation like this and they saying that they got it on camera and the victim is saying that he did this allegedly, it looked bad, right? And he's had multiple situations like this. So I don't think the prosecutors is really, trying to play with him this time. Maybe he could try to get somebody to pay the victim off, which, people do, right? But I think if he does try to contact her, it's going to be a problem. She done sued the man already. And he put himself in a situation that he didn't have to be in, where it cost him a lot of money and it could cost him his freedom or probation. See, if somebody doesn't agree with you or you don't agree with them, the worst thing you could do if you're in position is to resort to any violence, right? But we do got to remember that Tank is young. When people are young, they tend not to think. And I don't think he was really thinking that he could be stopped because of his money. These dudes be in position, they money be up, and they think that they can buy their way out of any situation. They think that no matter what, the money is going to fix the problem. But this situation here, homegirl sued him and she wants him to be prosecuted. She want to ruin his career at the same thing, but he put himself in that situation. Yeah. I don't think, that's why I say when you're young, you don't know yourself. You follow what you see, what you come from, and you really don't know yourself. But these situations are lessons. A lot of people in life been in situations and they've taught them a lesson. And we know it's not right to take it to that extent of where they saying he allegedly went, but it could be a lesson for him. You know, he didn't learn the first time. He didn't learn the other time he been through it. This might be the lesson to teach him, because this one right here might need to go all the way through. Sometimes those lessons got to go all the way through for to teach you. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to go through the seriousness of it. Maybe the girl had to sue him. He got to get convicted for him to understand not to go to that level. Because when he got out the situations before, he didn't understand. Don't put yourself in that situation. You as a person, no matter how much money you got, man, you ain't got control over nobody. And that's what, you know, people that feel like they money up, they feel like they got control. The money doesn't give you the control. It gives you the access to play yourself. And that's something they got to start understanding. You ain't got the control. It gives you the access to play yourself. You might get away with something once. You might get away with something twice, 3, 4. But it's going to be that time that you're going to keep going, and then you're going to play yourself out of position. Now he done lost a lot of paper with this, right? His position in the boxing been lost. They done took the belt. You know what I mean? So was it worth it? No other human being is worth you destroying what you worked so hard for. He done worked hard, pushed in the gym to get to that point, to let whatever his ego or whatever he felt about the situation from the play itself. But lessons got to be learned. It's either you're going to learn the hard way or you're going to learn the easy way. And obviously the hard way for him. Bro couldn't understand she wasn't with whatever you was trying to do. And you don't control her. You know, but like I said, he's young. When you're young, you don't know yourself. You got to go through things to understand yourself, especially when you come up in a hard environment. You got some people that got family members that let them know certain things, and some people that got to learn by trial and error. So Bull done made a mistake, and he going to have to live with this. Straight up. Bull made a mistake, he going to have to live with it. You know? This what happened, you know what I mean? And things happen all over the world. When you got, you know, 2 people or multiple people dealing with each other and you don't know yourself, friction going to happen. Once you get to know yourself, you'll be able to avoid certain things. Because you'll know if things ain't right, you go your way, they go their way. But when you're young, you feel like you being aggressive and controlling gonna fix shit. And all it do is cause you a problem. And having money at the same time, you thinking that you gonna be able to control that girl that you dealing with? Nah. But it lets you know that the money don't make you happy. You got to make you happy. You can have all the money in the world and still be frustrated, still be upset, still be lost mentally, still be trying to find yourself. You know, Gervonta trying to find himself. Yeah, he don't know who he is. Young Bull don't know who he is. All he knows is he know how to box. He got some money, but don't know who he is or what he like and what he don't like. It's a situation you're going to have to learn from, though. Yeah. And, you know, in situations in life, I can't say I don't feel sorry for him because he made the decision that he got to deal with. We all shall learn. You know what I mean? We all shall learn, man. Lessons. You know, with myself, I had to go through different things in my life, right? And understand what I like and what I don't like. You know, some people might not agree with my decisions, but I understand how to keep myself free, and I understand how to stay away from certain things. You got to know yourself. I know what upsets me. I know what upsets me. So I try to avoid those things. And everybody don't know what upsets them. So they put themselves in certain situations and it'll cost you.